Hey there. So, if you're interested in taking my upcoming workshop, Dip into Dip Pens, you might be thinking about the materials and you might be freaking out a little bit. Why? Because we're going to be using something you may never have used before, which is a dip pen. And you might be thinking, oh no, what if I get the wrong one? So, let me just take you through what you need. And let me begin though by saying, don't worry about it. There are so many choices, but most of them are reasonably correct. Okay, let me just go through that a bit more. So over time, I have hundreds of nibs. This is just a selection of my favorite ones. So I've used lots of different nibs, and they've all been interesting experiences. None of them are terribly wrong. So you can't go terribly wrong. But in the interest of making it clear and just teaching you properly, I decided that I would pick one particular nib that I like a lot that is a pretty common entry-level nib, and that is this one, okay? It's called, let me just put the name up here. It is called the G nib, and it's used for manga. Manga is Japanese cartooning. So basically, if you go onto Google and you Google G nib for manga, you'll get the right one. And this is a box of them. Again, they're inexpensive. Nibs are really inexpensive. They cost $1 or $2. And a box like this is maybe $8 or $10. So you can't go wrong with these G nibs. You can get them in lots of different places. I've specified Blick just because we like Blick and they do a good job, but you can probably find them elsewhere too. So just Google that, find the place that can get it to you in time. That's the main thing that you need. You also need one of these, which is a handle. This is a handle. This is a pretty nice one. It is wooden. You can also get plastic ones, honestly. So this is a wooden nib. You slide the nib in here. I explain all this at the beginning. So if you haven't signed up yet, don't worry about it, because when you do sign up, you'll get a preparatory video in which I explain all this stuff in more detail. You also want some India ink. I like the Speedball because it has a big open mouth. Yes, I know you have calligraphy ink. Yes, I know you have acrylic ink. Yes, I know you have Sumi ink. Just get yourself some India ink. It'll be easier. Again, $5. You can always use it for something else if you never want to use your dip pen again. It's a good investment. I like this big open bottle. What else? Get yourself some Bristol. I like this Strathmore, and I like it because it's smooth. So get some Bristol Smooth. You can buy this everywhere. You can probably buy this in Walmart. It's a very, very common. This is the 300 series. What else can I tell you about it? I specified a small pad, 9 by 12. It's 100 pound. Again, you could use lots of different kind of paper. Don't forget that people wrote with dip pens on all kinds of paper for hundreds, if not thousands of years. So it's probably not going to be the wrong kind, but this is good because the ink's probably not going to bleed and it's probably not going to go through the page. So if you want to do the right thing, get yourself some Bristol. Okay, now what if you can't for some reason get some of this stuff? This I know you can get. And India ink I know you can get too. But the nibs they might be a problem for you. So let's just say you can't get the G nib. What are you going to do? Well, you could get this, which is the Speedball cartooning set. Speedball makes these sets. You can buy them at Blick. You can buy them lots of places. They're pretty good. It comes with 5 or 6 nibs and a fairly cheap plastic handle. Again, I think it's about $10 or $12. So you're going to get an array of different nibs. One of those nibs is called the number 512. That's probably the one that you should use. It's fairly close to this. It's not exactly like this, but I've used it. It's fine. It's fine. So if you get that one, and it'll say on the package what the numbers of the different nibs are, just use this one. It's kind of biggish, kind of looks like this, and it will be fine. Other than that, what do you need? You need a pencil. Any kind of pencil, or just using it to do a loose sketch with. You need an eraser, hopefully a soft one that will just get rid of that pencil when we don't want it anymore. You need some paper towels. Any brand will do. I think that's it. So your fear of supplies should not impede you from taking this workshop. It's new, but it's not it's you're not gonna have a miserable experience. I promise you. Worst comes to worst, watch what I do, and then go out and buy yourself some G nibs and do it later on. So just on the off chance that you can't get it in time, there's still going to be a huge amount that you're going to learn, even if you don't work along with me at that exact time and you do it the next day or the next week when your nibs arrive. But I don't think you'll have a huge problem getting these nibs, even if you live in an obscure place. There's some time until the workshop starts, and you will have lifetime access to this recording, or maybe it's not lifetime. I don't know. You'll have access to the recording for quite a while afterwards, so you'll be able to check it out and get the nibs and do everything you need to do to make sure that it works. Okay. So what else can I tell you? This is going to be a fun workshop, and I don't want you to worry so much about supplies that you decide not to take it. You will be able to find these supplies, even if you live in very distant places. And after the workshop ends, you'll have access to the recording. So even if you don't have all the supplies right on the day of the workshop, you can still continue to do this exercise, do all these exercises with me by watching the recording. So it's all going to work out, I promise you, and you will be happy that you've added this tool to your workshop, because it's to your art supplies, because it's really fun, it's really expressive, it's interesting, you're tied to history, you can use all different kinds of ink, you can write with it, you can draw with it, you can write letters to your friends with it. It's a really cool tool, and I want you to learn it, and that's why I've made this workshop, and that's why I've also made it affordable. So I'll see you there. Bye-bye.